Trevor, thank you, and welcome back to Omaha and an electric atmosphere. Few opening weekend games in the history of the Men's College World Series can rival the buzz around this one. LSU and Arkansas on a Saturday night in Omaha.
This is more than a championship.
You just can't describe the feeling. I'm getting goosebumps talking about it.
This is a stage. The stage.
It's so surreal, and it's something that I'll never take for granted.
Where the heat of the spotlight transforms baseball stars into College World Series immortals. For 75 years, Omaha has been the destination for hardball dreams.
Bruins are going to Omaha. Murray State has done it.
Now, history is within their reach.
Arkansas is headed to Omaha. LSU get their 20th College World Series.
All eyes watching for the moment that we will never forget.
This is college baseball paradise.
This is the Men's College World Series.
Welcome to the NCAA Men's College World Series presented by Capital One. Pig was smoking at 7 a.m. Mardi Gras Mike was rolling through town, all for an enormous Saturday night between the two highest-ranked teams still standing. Look at the crowd for the seven-time national champion LSU, back in Omaha for the first time since the 23 title, to face SEC Player of the Year and Golden Spikes Award finalist Vahiva Aloy and the third-ranked Arkansas Razorbacks. Earlier today, A.J. Salgado and the UCLA Bruins topped this year's Cinderella, an eminently likable Murray State team. So 6 teams so far in action of this 8-team field. 2 brackets, double elimination. The bracket winners advance to a best-of-3 championship series that starts 1 week from today. With that, we say hello and thanks for joining us. Alongside Kyle Peterson and Chris Burke, I'm Mike Monaco. Chris Budden joins us in a moment. Dave Van Horn said, I don't know if there's enough seats to get everybody in here because, guys, this has every bit the feel of a national championship.
We love these. We get the number 3 nationals, or number 3 and 6 national seed, 2 of the greatest fan bases in all of college baseball. Night game at the home of college baseball. Makes for a pretty decent Saturday night, boys. This might be all right.
Talent all over the place on both these teams as well. And let's start with the Golden Spikes Award finalists. We just mentioned Arkansas shortstop Vahiva Aloy.
Yeah, he might be the National Player of the Year. He's already been named the SEC Player of the Year. He leads this team in every meaningful category. He'll hit the ball in the ballpark. He'll run the bases. He leads them in total bases, runs scored, and he can play elite level defense. Going to be a top 20 pick and one of the biggest stars here in Omaha.
So top 20 for Vahiva Aloy. You see Kylie McDaniel's got a 14. Speaking of first rounders, how high could Kate Anderson go? The LSU starter has authored a sensational sophomore season.
Well, coming into this season, Kate Anderson wasn't a projected first-round pick. And every week it got better. Every week it got better because of this. The combination of stuff is next level. It's mid-90s, top of the zone, 2 different breaking balls, an outstanding changeup he could get swing and miss on. And an old-school curveball right there. For Anderson, it seems like every week he has progressed, just 1 back of the national lead in strikeouts for a kid that could find his name called first in this year's Major League draft.
How good is this? The top 2 teams still standing. The 7-time national champs against a program thirsting for its first. First pitch coming up next from Omaha.
Welcome back to the Men's College World Series. You get 2 SEC teams here in Omaha, and you know one thing's for certain. You're going to get a crowd that tried to get to the ballpark before breakfast this morning. At around 6:30, there was a line of cars trying to start tailgating into the parking lot. The problem was, parking lot didn't open for a couple hours. It caused a traffic jam, so they had to open the gates early. All excited for this one tonight, and both head coaches know it's going to be electric.
It's awesome. I think it's one of the biggest games in the history of the first round of the College World Series.
I mean, it's a huge game, and they know it, we know it, but you got to play the best. You want to be the best.
It's going to be electric. I know that. I'm super excited for it.
think it's probably going to be a record crowd, and it's going to be the place to be for sure. And when you think about College World Series caliber games, I don't think it gets any better than this.
I asked Jay Johnson what he expected from tonight. He said, take Alex Box, our home stadium, and times that by 4. And that's what we're going to get on Saturday night.
Sure feels like it, Chris. This is large at Charles Schwab Field. Check out the LSU batting order, brought to you by Capital One, an offense that was top 10 among Power Conference teams in runs per game. Josh Pearson's at the top, but Steven Monster Milam has changed this offense in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, he really has. 11 ribbies, leads an offense that has scored over 10 runs a game so far in the NCAA tournament. 28 runs last weekend to beat West Virginia in the Super Regionals in just 2 games.
They all face the other half of this outstanding pitching matchup. Zach Root from Fort Myers, Florida. East Carolina transfers 38th on Kylie's board.
Hogs have pretty good left-hander going tonight, too. We like these kind of matchups. For Root, it's a mid-90s fastball. It's actually played up in the postseason a little bit more. It's high-end swing and miss stuff. Coming off a really good one against Tennessee in the Supers, where we saw the fastball get as high as 98 miles an hour. I don't know that we'll quite see it tick up to that point. I think the biggest thing today is trying to control emotions and making sure that fastball is not misfiring early, because this is a little bit different than any of these teams have been in.
First team All-SEC left-hander against first team All-SEC left-hander. And Josh Pearson will lead it off in this heavyweight showdown on a Saturday night. Jay Johnson, the LSU head coach, said the other day when he watches the selection show, he's always looking down the road at who they might face in Omaha. And yeah, he noticed that it might be this matchup. And here we are a couple of weeks later. One of his staples, the senior Josh Pearson from West Monroe, Louisiana, is in the leadoff spot again. Derek Curiel's down in the 6th spot, the superstar freshman. 4 years for Pearson in Baton Rouge with tons of reps, nearly 800 plate appearances. Zach Root's ready. He fires, and away we go in Omaha. 95 out of the chute from Zach Root, who was fired up on the big stage. You guys were there in the Super Regional in Fayetteville for another heavyweight showdown with Tennessee.
Oh.
Preseason third-team All-American, according to D1 Baseball, after he transferred in, like we said, from East Carolina. Spent a couple of seasons there, pitched a ton as a true freshman. Then last year took a big step forward. And then this year with the Hogs has been great. That lands for a strike into 22.
Tough pitch to pull the trigger on right there. A little front door breaking ball. Pearson wisely lays off. Not sure what he's going to do with that one, but a great setup pitch for Root. That'll get a hitter thinking.
A deep breath for Zach Root. No, 1-2. Away.
96 there, KP. He has found another gear with the fastball here in the tournament. Has clicked up almost 1.2, 1.3 miles per hour here over the last couple weeks.
2-2. On the ground, foul, and 96 again.
Yeah, it's interesting, too, because for starters, at least, you generally don't see your highest velocity readings at the end of the year. Sometimes they'll go down a little bit. For Root, it's been exactly the opposite. Last week was up to 99 twice against Tennessee, but he sat 95, 96 for pretty much the entirety of the night.
Yeah, hit a 9 and had a big 8 as well to strike out Tennessee star Andrew Fisher. Chopper right side at Cam Kojal, the Omaha native who flips to Reese Robinette for the first out.
All right, so here's the stuff. We've already seen fastball velo. 93 is the average, 95, 96. The curveball is, he throws it hard, but it has a lot of vertical movement to it. The changeup has some split action to it, holds it like a split change. Did throw a fair amount of cutters early in the season, still has it, but has kind of gone away from it later in the season. So primarily 3 pitches, and you can see how hard he's been against left-handers in the postseason.
Just set down another, and now he gets the right-hand hitting DH Ethan Fry.
Oh.
First pitch outside. It's a big Ethan Fry. He's had a monster junior season. Out of Rose Pine, Louisiana. Small town, top 150 on our MLB draft rankings. 13 home runs for Fry.
A little better circumstances here earlier in the ball game for the hitters than we saw last night. The shadows not nearly pronounced, some clouds out, and Ethan Fry had a monster game first time around against Zach Root, 2 for 3 with a double and a homer. So certainly a guy that he feels comfortable seeing the ball against.
Change up from Zach Root.
2 of them in the bat. When change up missed away, breaking ball to even the count up, then a change up right there off the plate that Fry couldn't hold up on.
Zach Root was telling us the other day it's a circle change that he learned on Instagram once upon a time.
Why not?
1-2. Floated toward right center. And Justin Thomas Jr. is there for out number 2. Dave Van Horn is 64 years young from Kansas City, his 23rd year as the head coach of the Hogs, and this is his 10th overall trip, you see, to the Men's College World Series, 8 of them at Arkansas, and he loves this team.
Yeah, he does. It was neat to hear Dave talk about this team today and just kind of get him going on growth of it. A lot of new faces. That's a reality of college baseball these days, but they have really mixed well in the clubhouse, and there's a whole lot of talent.
He told us that he told his team earlier this season, your guys' last game should be in Omaha. So this team needed to get here. Here's a guy who's been here before, Jared Jones. Junior first baseman in the 3 spot from Marietta, Georgia. Second team All-SEC. Was a preseason first team All-American and has driven in 70, tied for the second most in the SEC. 62 career home runs. Third most all time for the Fighting Tigers.
Oh.
Saw the movement there on the fastball. It's mostly 2-seamers, Zach Root was telling us. But
Good arm side movement.
Yeah.
That right there, but still has shown the ability to stick that fastball in on the glove side, in on right-handed hitters.
Landing the breaking ball.
Yeah, he is. And he's thrown quite a few there to the arm side. We saw the front door breaking ball to Pearson, now the back door breaking ball to the right-handed hitting Jared Jones. Changing speeds nicely here in the first.
Zach Root's 1-2. Jones strikes out on a filthy changeup from Zach Root.
All right. Byron maybe isn't going to get Mr. Root tonight. The left-hander with the ace out early. Change up down and away to get the strikeout, his first of the night. Hog offense coming up next.
What's the greatest college baseball program to never win it all? The Razorbacks are in that conversation. No one in this sport is more respected than head coach Dave Van Horn. To see DVH finally hoist that trophy would be a little bit of hog heaven.
That's the goal for this team, led by Dave Van Horn. And here's the Arkansas batting order, brought to you by Capital One. Best offense in the country among power conference teams and runs per game with a ton of home runs.
Yeah, the most home runs they have ever hit in a season. A lineup that really stretches you 1 through 9. And we talked about Aloy, but Davalon at the top led the SEC in hits this year.
Going up against Cade Anderson, we told you this guy has been spectacular as a sophomore.
Yeah, the growth has been pretty amazing. And Tommy John is junior year in high school, so didn't really pitch his senior year at all. Shows up last year primarily out of the bullpen. Then this year has turned into one of the best left-handers, best arms, period. He's got a chance to go 1-1 in the draft this year, and it truly is any pitch and any count, 4 different ones, and control of all of them.
Charles Davalon will lead it off for Arkansas. Transfer left fielder from Florida Gulf Coast. And a fastball spotted at 93 to begin for Cade Anderson. Chuck Davalon from Montreal. Sophomore was first team All-SEC, and he's draft eligible as a sophomore. And Kylie McDaniel's got him 52nd on his rankings.
Whoa.
Kind of an analytics darling who's been such a huge add for the Razorbacks.
Yeah, the contact rate is off the charts, as is his numbers versus left-handed pitching. And we saw him last weekend take Liam Doyle deep. We saw him get a game-winning hit in game 1 versus left-hander Brandon Arvidsson. He really does a nice job versus lefties.
He flies to center at Chris Stanfield for the first down, the bottom of the first. Kate Anderson's been awesome. Second in the country in strikeouts with 163. Comes in one behind the National League Tennessee's Liam Doyle. And you look at LSU and all its history, only 2 seasons have had more strikeouts. Paul Skeens 2 years ago with 209, and our buddy Ben McDonald with 202 back in '89. All right, here's Vahiba Aloy, SEC Player of the Year, junior from Hawaii, Golden Spikes Award finalist. We showed you 14th on our MLB draft rankings. First name that means prized one back home in his native land.
Start calling you Vahiba, KP.
Thank you.
That's my new nickname for you.
Thank you. It means
Blue
a lot.
ribbon.
You're my prized one.
Thank you.
Always have been.
Everyone's simpatico early on.
Oh.
It's a changeup away from Kate Anderson. What do you see from Vahiba Aloy in the heat zone?
Don't throw it middle in. That's what I would tell you. The numbers when you get the ball in the inner third of the plate are problematic. He's hitting 586 right down the middle. He's hitting 588 middle in. Now, and by the way, middle away, it's still 458, but you got to pick your poison. And at a 3-1 count, be careful because he's got enough juice to run it out of the chuck.
Vahiba Aloy works a walk and a one-out base runner for Arkansas in the first one of the ball game for either side.
So rare, too, for great hitters to hammer balls right down the middle. Don't see that very often on heat charts like that. Vahiba's had a breakout offensive season and has been so consistent for this Arkansas team at shortstop, too.
So Aloy's on in this bottom of the first, and it brings up Logan Maxwell, right fielder in the 3 spot. Senior from Ohio who transferred in from TCU, where he played here in the Men's College World Series with the Horned Frogs a couple of years ago. Had a few doubles here in 3 games, and he's battled through a hamstring problem again this year, something he's had throughout his career, but man, he's been a really important bat for him.
Made a monster jump this year, just hit 3 home runs last year at TCU, and now 13 home runs here, hitting in the 3-hole for one of the nation's best offenses.
Oh. And a team that is ultra talented. I mean, we mentioned it when we talked about Dave Van Horn. He felt like this team was too talented not to get something like this.
I think it's the best combination he's had since he's been there. I mean, they're always going to pitch and they're always going to defend. But the combination of one of the most powerful offenses in the country right now, and honestly one of the better defensive catchers in the country, creates an incredibly complete team in Fayetteville.
It was a couple weeks ago, Dave Van Horn told his wife this team needs to get to Omaha. This one popped up by Maxwell into left. Derek Curiel for number 2. Flip side of things, Jay Johnson, year 4. 2 years ago, of course, the national championship. He was National Coach of the Year, and he is right back in Omaha.
Got a chance to win his 2nd national championship in 4 seasons. Never been done before at a school, which pretty impressive company. Obviously, long way from that point here. They're just getting the party started here in Omaha. But, you know, some questions about what kind of fit he was going to be at LSU when he took the job. Those questions were answered very quickly. He is put LSU right back where the people of Baton Rouge expect them to be, at the top of the sport.
Strike one to Ryder Helfrich. I love the line that Derek Curiel had about Jay Johnson earlier this year. He said, Jay Johnson says he sleeps. I don't know if he does. He is a workhorse. So man aboard for Ryder Helfrich, a defensive catcher KP mentioned, but he has had a great season with the bat as well. 3rd on the team in OPS for the sophomore from Discovery Bay, California, who arrived to Fayetteville as a huge recruit. He's had a big NCAA tournament, 7 for 19 with 4 home runs. Knee-high strike at 95. Up camp for the 1-2, and that is pulled foul on a breaking ball from Kate Anderson.
Helfrich 2 for 2 the last time these two squared off back in early May. always interesting when a hitter has success against a pitcher, what kind of adjustments. We saw Root go to the changeup versus Ethan Fry. Better believe Anderson remembers that.
Another 1-2 runs away. KP mentioned it. It was 3 runs all earned off Cade Anderson over 5 2/3 on 7 hits, a walk, and Anderson did pile up 10 strikeouts. LSU took 2 of 3 in Baton Rouge. And now here in Omaha, 2-2. Helfrich squibs one toward the mound. A great athlete, and Anderson handles, and the inning's over. So off we go. Zach Root in the top of the first, and Cade Anderson in the bottom in Omaha. The NCAA Men's College World Series is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? LSU second all-time with those 7 national championships, and of course Paul Skeens here 2 years ago to win the program's first since 2009. Hogs and Tigers on this Saturday night. Heck of a stage for this one.
It's nice to see.
Yeah.
Buddying up.
Everyone getting along?
Just like me and KP sitting next to each other. You know?
It's early for both. We're only in the second.
LSU in all of those 7 titles has won the opening game. Yeah, Dave Van Horn said the other day, I hope it stays calm in the stands because it could get crazy. He's seen a thing or two in his time. Everything good so far as Zach Root's ready to go against Stephen Monster Milam, sophomore shortstop in the cleanup spot for LSU. And strike one dropped in with the off speed to a guy who has really stepped it up in the postseason. He's gone over from second to short this year for the native of New Mexico. 8 for 19 in the tournament, 3 doubles, a home run, and 11 we showed you driven in. He's got the postseason hair going again as well. He's got tiger stripes beneath that helmet. Had it last year in the postseason as well. Get your colors and get them in there.
If you're going to rock that hair, you better be a dude, and I'd say he checks that box. Yeah, how about 420 with 11 ribbies in the postseason? Tiger print hair, all you want there, young fella.
Jay Johnson said it after game 2 of the Super Regional, a sweep against West Virginia in Baton Rouge, that it changes the LSU team when Stephen Milam's hitting to his full potential. Told us this morning it comes down to good swing decisions for Monster Milam. Another 0-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Good changeup going so far for Zach Root.
It's the right-handers. He's shown to be pretty comfortable with that changeup so far. The strikeout to Jones was on the changeup off the plate. Now the same thing to Milam. Watch where it starts, and then that arm side action on the change. Doesn't have a lot of down to it, but has a lot of horizontal run. Started on the plate, ran all the way off. Now back-to-back strikeouts for Root.
He told us this is a dream come true ever since he's been in college baseball to pitch on this stage. He's got one away, and this is Luis Hernandez, senior catcher from Puerto Rico, transfer from Indiana State, who's also had a great NCAA tournament so far. 9 for 21, couple of home runs, and 5 driven in. Jay Johnson said to us this morning, maybe the pickup of the year.
Well, and a couple swings of the year in that regional final. They needed him. They needed somebody to get them going, and he launched a couple large ones in that one that allowed the stadium to breathe a little bit, and then the Tigers rolled.
Against Little Rock. It got interesting.
It
got way interesting.
It really did.
You go game 7 in a regional against the 4 seed. It wasn't comfortable there for the first 3 or 4 innings.
How about down 5-1 into the 4th, down 5-4 in the 6th. That's up high. It's a 4-pitch walk, and LSU's got its first base runner with Luis Hernandez off a root. And from there was a sweep of West Virginia we mentioned in the Super. How about 16-9 on Saturday and 12-5 on Sunday.
for LSU.
Yeah, once they got through that regional, boy, did they play downhill against the Mountaineers. Just an onslaught of offense. Carrying a lot of momentum here into this event.
Well, a man aboard for one of the best freshmen in the country. In the California native Derek Curiel, the left fielder who was second-team All-SEC. He's been great in the NCAA tournament as well. A guy Jay Johnson says is an engine of this offense.
Well, one of those guys that's just so projectable. I mean, you think about the level at which he's played this year as a true freshman, going through the rigors of the Southeastern Conference, for the most part hitting leadoff and all the expectations of being a leadoff hitter at LSU, and he has passed every test, and I still think his best days are in front of him, which is pretty exciting. Oh. The body looks like it has another jump into it. You feel like the power is going to continue to develop, but there's some special bat-to-ball skills in this young outfielder, and I'm certain we're going to see him out there patrolling center field at some point too.
He's been in left this year with Stanfield in center. The 1-2 to him, yanked outside.
Not a lot of freshmen go lead the SEC in doubles. That doesn't happen very often, but that's what Curiel's been able to do. Bumped him down the lineup, and it's been going so well that if history is any indicator with Jay Johnson, I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's staying right there now. Two pretty good takes on breakables. Root was open for a swing.
Yeah, with both these left-handed starters, really interesting to look at the splits. Arkansas's offense, they've really handled left-handed pitching. Zach Root will check over at first.
Now, let's get a little physical over there first. Hernandez throwing a little bit of a right shoulder there.
That's not the Chetty first base.
Yeah, a couple big bodies there getting to know each other. It was relatively friendly.
(3-2). Down low, and a second straight walk worked by this LSU offense. Curiel shaking his head. Some good takes there against Zach Root.
Started 0-2. 0-2 to the freshman, first time in this environment. He took a couple breakables just down and off the zone that thought maybe he would go after. Instead, it's back-to-back one-out walks, and Matt Hobbs is on his way out early.
Matt Hobbs in his 7th season at Arkansas, and last year D1 Baseball named him the assistant coach of the year in the country. He has just led a fabulous pitching staff again this year that is top 10 in the country in ERA.
And I would think this is a conversation around, hey man, your stuff looks great. Don't feel like you have to nibble. This ballpark certainly doesn't make you nibble. And yeah, this offense is talented, but now you put yourself in a spot where a mistake might get you hurt. And on the flip side of that, if you're Dickinson, I love ambushing the first pitch after a couple walks, especially to a strike throwing pitcher. This is almost guaranteed to be in the zone.
Daniel Dickinson, the Washington native, second-team All-SEC, and a transfer from Utah Valley. Let's see if he does get a first-pitch fastball after the visit. Dickinson gets a changeup to start, but he was in swing mode.
Man, that's a heck of a pitch.
That's the equalizer in spots like this. I mean, you go up, Dickinson's looking first-pitch fastball, walk two guys in a row, and get out in front with a changeup.
Dickinson bunts up the line, and a beauty. They're loaded for LSU.
Well, it doesn't get much prettier than that. I mean, 0-1 with one out. That is not a typical time to try a bunt for a hit. But if you can get that kind of angle and that kind of placement, Zach Root just has no chance. And I thought it was pretty wide. Look at him get the bat out in front, deaden it by cutting it just a touch, and that thing just rolls out into no man's land. Root with the wise decision, I think, KP, to put that one in his pocket.
No reason to take a chance right there.
5th bunt single of the season for Dickinson. And now they're loaded up for Chris Stanfield, the center fielder in the 8th spot. Auburn transfer originally from Tallahassee. Guy who's got some electricity with his speed. LSU with the bases loaded here in the NCAA tournament. They've been good. A couple of grand slams. Pulled into left field by Stanfield, and it drops down, a base hit. Hernandez scores. Curiel stopped himself at third, and LSU strikes first in the second.
Just kind of hit in the right spot right here. Davlon trying to deke everybody out in left field. It was a good break by Curiel and a good read on second base, and Josh Jordan was trying to send him the entire time at third, but ultimately the freshman puts the brakes on. Davlon throws behind him, but the one-out single by Stanfield gets LSU on the board.
So now to the ninth spot for Michael Braswell. First pitch down and blocked by Ryder Helfrich. Burke, you okay with that choice by Curiel to slam the brakes himself there?
Not really. I mean, look, if you don't get a good jump, you can't run into an out. The question is why he didn't know that ball was going to fall in the first place.
He had a good read. The read was fine. That's what's interesting.
This one near the back foot, and Braswell insists it hit him, and it did. 2-0 LSU on a breaking ball that got away from Zach Root.
I guess the better way to put it is trust his read. Here's the hit by pitch. As they were going safety squeeze right there, and that ball catches Braswell just in the bottom of the foot. I'm not sure why here's the deke right here by Davlon. He's got his glove up in the air, and I think Curiel just didn't trust himself, KP.
It had to be
right there.
Because ultimately, I thought his read was pretty good. I mean, he was kind of sold out right there. If the read's wrong, he's getting doubled off.
Yeah, it's like he went, and then he didn't trust it, and then he stopped, which at that point was the right decision once he didn't trust it.
Well, it ends up 2-0 anyway for LSU.
That's right.
And now we get another visit for Zach Rutten. What do you guys need to see from him to stabilize with action up in the pen? And Gabe Gackle already working.
The one thing you have to look at is say, okay, how has this happened? 2 straight walks, then a bunt single, and then you make a pretty good pitch. Stanfield's all the way out in front of it, hooks it to left, but doesn't hit it that hard. And then you bury a breakable. So it's not like they're barreling it all up all over the place, but now maybe the environment is getting ruined a little bit.
Back to the top, and Josh Pearson. First pitch swinging after he grounded out to second his first time. That is such a huge stage. And Zach Root comes in with a couple of NCAA tournament starts already. And he was good in the regional against Creighton. 6 shutout innings, 7 strikeouts. Then in the Supers, we told you last Saturday at home against Tennessee, 7 innings, 1 hit, and a ton of emotion from him. Pearson squares. That's outside 1-1.
And LSU is
with the bases loaded.
I mean, they've now squared to bunt 3 times this inning.
I think we had the feeling coming in. 2 teams that know each other really well. 2 elite left-handers on the mound. You may try to manufacture a little bit more for both these offenses that we're used to, but LSU's definitely trying to.
Bouncing ball towards short. Aloy, the turn from Kosher. Not in time. Dickinson scores, and it's 3-0.
Little different Tiger offense this year. It's more of a move the baseball and score in multiple fashion, and that includes just legging out a double play ball. The veteran Pearson puts it in play, enough speed to beat the throw from Kojal, and we've seen bunt hits, we've seen some base running, and now the speed to beat out a double play ball. It hasn't been a work of art, but it's a 3-spot.
1 ball left the infield. 1 ball has left the infield this inning, yet LSU's got 3 on the board.
And now here comes Dave Van Horn to make a move. Wow. 38 pitches in, and he's coming to get a possible first-round pick in Zach Root. 7 batters to the plate for LSU in the top of the second. Some frustration caked on the face of a frustrated Zach Root as he departs. The Tigers have 3 in the second with 2 aboard and 2 out as Zach Root exits. Earlier this inning, Zach Root allowed 5 straight base runners. Longest streak for him this season, and this matches the shortest start of his career.
I don't disagree with the move, but I was still shocked to see Dave Van Horn walking out of the dugout right there. Now, one of the reasons is because of the guy stepping to the plate. Is one of the things we were talking about. It's just how good Fry had been against Root.
Yeah, I think it's both things. I think maybe Root just didn't have it today, but also down a 3 spot with a couple guys on and a matchup they didn't like. They felt like they had to go to their best bullet right on right here.
This is Gabe Gackel, sophomore righty from California, who was a preseason second-team All-American, was a starter to begin the year through mid-April for Dave Van Horn, and then bumped out of the rotation following the Georgia weekend. Right on right against Ethan Fry. Strike at the top of the zone. Fry flew out to center his first time back in the first. Gabe Gackel's 0-1. Twists outside.
Gackel, a guy that they thought would be their ace this year. I mean, that was the intent coming into the season, but just was not as comfortable in the starting role since they moved to the bullpen. He's been a key part of this pen, and the one thing with Gackel is he can come in, give you 4 or 5 innings if it's going all right. He's stretched out enough.
Poked foul by Ethan Fry. Saw his mom Brandy here watching, part of the many patrons at the Chuck. Three runs in this second inning for LSU. Stanfield's at third, Pearson's at first for the Tigers. And Gabe Gackel's 1-2. Bouncing ball left side. Brent Iredale had to back up, and he throws out Fry to end the inning. 3 runs for LSU back in Omaha for the first time since the national championship 2 seasons ago. They're up first on Arkansas. Short start for Zach Root, and he's talking here with Zach Barr, the director of pitching development.
I like it. You need a good cop in this because Zach Root doesn't want to talk to DVH right now. He doesn't want to talk to Matt Hobbs. And for Zach Barr right there, who pitched at Arkansas, the message is, I know you're mad, but if we're going to get through and win this thing, we're going to need you again and potentially again. So for now, it's done. It's over. Let's root for our guys in white. And it looked like he received it okay, too. You're not happy. You're not going to be happy. That's okay. But
yeah, that's right.
At this point, it's out of your hand.
Yeah, and only 38 pitches. 3-0 LSU lead with 5, 6, and 7 for Arkansas against Cade Anderson. Starting with the DH. Kuhio Aloy, sophomore from Hawaii, younger brother of Vahiva. First team All-SEC. First year with the Hogs after transferring in from BYU. 3-0 from Cade Anderson.
Not exactly how you draw it up after putting a 3 spot on the board.
Saw Vahiva and now Kuhio. First set of brothers to go first team All-SEC in baseball in the conference.
The Bash Brothers, affectionately known in Fayetteville. I'm sure we have some Hawaiian garb going on in the stadium tonight.
Kuhio Aloy works a walk, just like Vahiva did against Cade Anderson. Those are the 2 base runners for Arkansas with some Bash Brother representation.
Oh yeah, they're all over the place. We got leis and shirts and hats, and they have totally gone all in on the Aloy brothers.
Vahiva was telling us the other day he thinks all of Maui is watching. It's only a 5-hour time difference.
We like that.
Well, hello, Maui.
Good afternoon, Maui.
Aloha.
Oh, excuse me. Pardon me.
Here's Cam Kozel, the Omaha native. Welcome home to the pride of Millard South, where yesterday Arkansas practiced at Cam Kozel's.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
He was all jacked up about coming back home when they won in the Supers against Tennessee. And he had a message at the podium.
Omaha.
Going home.
Sleep over at the Kozel's.
It's pretty good. Cam told us he was able to get home the other day for a home-cooked meal. Strikes out against Cade Anderson. First K for Cade Anderson to match the national lead of Liam Doyle, and there's one away in the second.
That's a good bounce back. A 4-pitch walk to start the inning to lead it off, and he comes back left on left against Kozel. Gets out in front 0-2. Buries that slider down and away. That's taken more of a jump up this year too in velocity. The last pitch at 88. He's averaged about 85 miles an hour on that pitch. 2 or 3 miles an hour more than he did last year. He's throwing it hard, and it has good late break.
So he's got one down, and now the JUCO transfer from Australia, Brent Iredale, third baseman in the 7th spot. And Cade Anderson's been using that slider a ton this year after he tried it, especially toward the end of last season. But he was telling us the other day it was kind of slurvy and just not effective. Big part of Anderson's success this year.
Well, he's made a huge jump. Last year was primarily fastball, curveball. This year he's truly utilizing all 4 pitches, and as you said, the slider shape has really tightened up and firmed up, and that's why he's been able to have the success as a starting pitcher.
On the ground left side at Michael Braswell. Danny Dickinson's turning time for 2. 5-4-3 for Cade Anderson to get off the field.
This LSU infield defense has been spectacular this season. Braswell's going to give his second baseman Dickinson a little bit of a tough feed. Step across the bag with your right foot and rip it across the diamond to finish it. And we will talk to DVH when we come back from Omaha.
Welcome back to the NCAA Men's College World Series presented by Capital One. Joined now with Arkansas head coach Dave Van Horn. What went into this decision to go get Zach Root after 38 pitches?
Well, they had their 2 best right-hand hitters coming up that have really good numbers. He walked a couple guys. He just didn't seem comfortable. I mean, his pitch count in that inning was already getting in the mid-20s, and, you know, just didn't have a good feeling about it.
What do you hope Gackle can give you?
Well, you know, Gackle's been a starter for us this year. He can go long. His stuff is really good. He got us out of a super big jam, obviously. We just feel like the game was on the line right there. And, you know, you can win the game or lose the game as early as the second inning. So just keep doing what he's doing, give us what he's got, and then we've got to chip away and score some runs.
To that point, you guys have seen Cade Anderson before. When you guys get up second time through the order, what adjustments do you want at the plate?
Well, we've got to start scoring up some baseballs, honestly. You know, he's walked us a couple times, but we haven't been able to come through with a good hit. You know, we've had a couple fly balls to the outfield. Obviously, got us on a, looked like a changeup right there, double play ball. We just got to stay through the middle, and we need to hit and swing early in the count on him. That's usually been the best thing we can do.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
Guys.
Chris, thank you. Yeah, it was 24 pitches in that second when they went and got Zach Root. Yeah, Jared Jones leading off here. One of those 2 fearsome righties that he mentioned as part of the decision.
Yeah, I mean, look, again, I think he said exactly what we kind of thought the thought process was. This game could get away from you. 3-run homer right there by Ethan Fry. And 6th spot in this yard with Cade Anderson on the mound is not a place you want to be.
Gabe Gackles 0-2 to Jared Jones. Curves outside. Well, you also heard what KP said. You can get length out of Gackle. He's been doing that since going to the bullpen after those 9 starts earlier this season. 2-2 on Bear Jones. Pretty good Saturday night at Charles Schwab Field. 2-2. Jones strikes out. And the first K for Gabe Gackel, and there's one gone in the third.
That's a tight slider you can see from Gackel right there. Watch the late break, too. There is zero bubble in that. It's not going up before it goes down. Comes out, looks fastball. Then bottom drops out of it, takes it out away from the swing of Jones. Gackel's first strikeout since coming in.
I love when I get a new baseball term thrown on me.
What do we got?
No bubble in the breaking ball.
No.
I had not heard that.
Bubbleless. Bubbleless breaking ball. That's what we prefer.
What do we got here? Con candy? Oh, yeah. Stephen Milam bats with one away and nobody on. Berkey, big cotton candy guy?
No.
Come on.
No. You?
No.
Okay.
Good talk.
Nobody asked me, huh?
KP, big cotton candy guy?
No, I'm not. Thanks for asking.
Do they have bacon flavored cotton candy?
Now we're talking. Sounds like a marketing opportunity.
If they don't, they should, right, Kyle?
Yep.
We got reports this morning of, pig being smoked as early as 7 a.m.
Oh.
And our sources on the ground said it smells fantastic outside the hotel. For a scene unlike many in the history of this event on the second day at the Men's College World Series. 2-1 to Stephen Milam. Toward the back foot, no swing on appeal to Angel Campos.
What are we working with here?
Now that's pretty special.
That is laser focus. Full count on Milam. Luis Hernandez is on deck. I've been calling him playoff Poppy.
Okay.
Swing and a miss. 97 with all kinds of life from Gabe Gackel, and he's punched out 2 in a row.
You know, it's interesting. You go into the season, you're Arkansas, you're thinking, okay, this is our Friday night starter right here. And it just didn't work out that way. He didn't seem comfortable in the starting role, but yet since he's gone to the bullpen, stuff has ticked up. He still has the ability to take it deep if need be. And that 3-1, 3-2 fastball combination right there to Milam was exactly what you're used to seeing for guys that throw opening day on a weekend.
Drafted out of high school by the Reds, but went to Fayetteville instead ahead of the last season. Last year, a first-team freshman All-American with a 2.32 ERA out of the pen with 7 saves, 57 strikeouts in about 43 innings.
Well, part of the reason everybody's so bullish on Arkansas all year long, but especially at the College World Series, is because of the exact scenario that's played out with their pitching here in this ball game.
Luis Hernandez pulls one high and deep foul.
You could get a bad start from a starter and go to multiple arms in your bullpen that can not just potentially keep you in the game, but potentially be shut down kind of arms. And Gackel is the best of the bunch, but there are other pieces down there in that Arkansas bullpen. Part of the reason they weren't afraid to go to it as early as they did.
On the ground towards second, diving stab, and Kojal a little bit slow to get to it. Hernandez is on, and hopefully Cam Kojal's all right.
That didn't look good. Looks like he's doing all right. Like maybe the hand got caught underneath him there a little bit, going to his left. We saw this a few times last night. Yeah, that wrist just rolls under. Boy, that did not look good at first, but he looks like he's doing okay. All right.
Former football player here in Omaha, lettered in 4 years, team captain as a senior on the gridiron, so you know he's got toughness. Hernandez is on for Derek Curiel. Walked and scored in that 3-run second. A few different shapes we've seen.
He's got them both. Yeah, that was the curveball there that'll sit right around 80 miles an hour.
That's outside from Gackle.
Did you say go Hogs?
Not yet. Not yet. That. One. Drops in for a strike, and it's 1-2.
Has he shown you the full bag here to this point? Now we've seen the 12-6, we've seen the hard slider, we've seen fastball up to 97. Now 90-mile-an-hour changeup.
Just turn one over at 90 right there and steal a strike.
Gabe Gackle's 1-2 is down 2-2 on Curiel. Arkansas pitching coach Matt Hobbs was saying to us today about Gackle that he still does fancy him, obviously a weekend arm in the SEC. He's got that kind of ability, like we've said. 2-2. Curiel lays off some good takes on breaking balls.
Back-to-back at bats. I mean, he did it his first at bat, took 0-2 and worked it into a walk that came around to score later on. Then here was in a down count, has now worked it back by taking a few just off the plate.
Super mature freshman has it at 3-2. Gackle deals. Fouled away. I was talking with Kate Arambidi, LSU fellow freshman like Derek Curiel. He's known Derek Curiel since he was 12, 13. He said at 13 years old, I swear this kid could play college baseball. Like that mature growing up that he had that kind of ability.
Jay Johnson was on him then, by the way.
I was about to say.
Yeah. 7th grade, he was already on it.
That's not hyperbole. Jay Johnson agreed with that assessment.
Runner goes and the pitch is down on the 3-2. Derek Curiel works another walk and a couple of 2-out base runners for the Tigers, already up by 3.
That's now 51 walks for the freshman this year. 52. Pardon?
You're forgiven.
I just got the side look from Burke. It took 3 innings.
Just trying to keep you on track, KP.
2 aboard for Danny Dickinson, who had his 13th career bunt single his last time. Told you, transfer from Utah Valley, a couple of years there, and he put up massive numbers. Last year, 18 home runs, and OPS better than 1,100. And for his career, 39 home runs across the 2 schools.
These two have squared off a couple times already, and Gackle 9 breaking balls out of the 13 pitches in the first 2 times they've faced, and starts this at bat off with a couple breaking balls. So clearly that's the book for Gackle versus Dickinson. There you go.
That's crazy life on that fastball.
Couple breaking balls, then climb the ladder with 96, and now as a hitter, you got a lot to think about.
This will be the 25th pitch of the inning for Gabe Gackle. 1-2 to Dickinson. On the ground towards second. Kojal flips, Aloy covers, and the inning's over. Middle of the 3rd, and LSU's up 3-0 on Arkansas. The vibes are good so far for the Fighting Tigers. When we come back, Jay Johnson chats with Chris Budd.
Welcome back to the Men's College World Series. Joined with LSU head coach Jay Johnson. What was your reaction when you forced them to go get the race before the end of the 2nd?
That's good. He's a really good pitcher, and he's really, really tough. I thought our guys did a good job separating the wrong pitch from the right pitch and just battled him hard.
What have you seen out of Cade Anderson's stuff so far and how he's handled the moment?
Yeah, I really liked the last inning. He walked the first guy on 4 pitches uncharacteristically and got dialed right in for the strikeout and the double play ball. He looks like himself, and I expect him to get better as he goes.
The runs don't come from power, but from small ball. What have you thought of the execution so far offensively?
Really good. You have to win a lot of different ways at this place, and I like that inning a lot.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
All right, Chris, good stuff from Jay Johnson, who liked what he saw after that leadoff walk in the 2nd from Cade Anderson. And when Cade Anderson's got a 3+ run lead, things are pretty good for the Tigers.
usually doesn't give too many up. So if you get him 3, then that's usually going to work out well.
8-9-1 in the lineup for Arkansas, starting with big country Reese Robinette with a half-hearted cut. You heard Dave Van Horn say to Chris earlier that he wants his bats to be more aggressive against Anderson.
Well, he wants him to swing early in the count, but that was more like a sword than a swing. Got to be committed if you're going to go up there and take a chance early.
And then a fastball grooved into Robinette. He's in his 3rd year with the Hogs.
I don't think DVH has liked the way this at-bat started.
I understand that, I think.
Only the 15th start of the season for Reese Robinette. Grabbed a job in early May. Right side of the infield's had some injuries this year for Arkansas. And Robinette at first with Kojal now over to second. This one fisted toward Stephen Milam, and there's one away for Cade Anderson in the 3rd. The Men's College World Series is underway here in Omaha, and the action continues all week with the championship series starting a week from today, Saturday, June 21st. For more info, go to ncaa.com, the official online home for all 90 NCAA championships. These are the 2 highest seeded teams left. Arkansas, the only one of the top 5 national seeds to get here, and then LSU, the 6th seed. This is Justin Thomas Jr., center fielder in the 9th spot. We haven't seen many matchups like this before. First time since we got national seeds back in 1999 that the top 2 teams in Omaha met in the opening game. Thomas flies to left at Derek Curiel, and a couple more quick outs for Cade Anderson.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't know if it's because of this matchup or just a conversation that's around the tournament sports, but I had to answer a lot of questions this week about reseeding. I think probably because you get the 2 top seeds playing in the 1st round, people start thinking, well, that doesn't seem to be right. But it's really more of a sign of all the top seeds that didn't make it here.
Everything else that happened. I'm out on reseeding. Let's just seed them and play them.
Yep, meaning you too, Berkey?
Yes, to me, like, I could see the argument for it, but I also think it takes away the opportunity for Cinderella stories. I think that makes that likelihood way less. And then, you know, it just feels like if you're going to do that as a whole, I think you would do it in the other sports that have tournament events as well.
I mean, you worked the whole season for what happens in the original. It just doesn't feel right to, okay, based on what happened the last 2 weeks, now we're going to totally change it. I'm fine with the way it is.
Vandy was the #1 overall seed, got bounced in the regionals. Louisville emerged there in Nashville. Texas, the #2 national seed, didn't get out of a regional either against UTSA. 1-2 on Charles Davalon, leadoff man who flew out to center his first time. We've heard both these teams answer that question as well this week, and they've kind of said, hey, we're probably going to have to play this team and beat this team anyway if we want to win the national championship. On the ground is second, Daniel Dickinson, who recovers in time to get Davalon. 5 in a row set down by Cade Anderson, who is pitching with a 3-run lead. All the way from Fayetteville and Baton Rouge to Omaha. Stars are out at the Men's College World Series in Omaha. Arkansas head men's basketball coach John Calipari in the building. He's been working the phones.
Yes.
Libby Dunn's here as well.
We got everybody out for this one now. Dylan Raiola in the building. We got the
look at that.
back here.
Look at that.
How about the fit?
She's got connections. She can get that.
That is an elite
well
jersey.
done. Yes, well done.
Paul Skeens, of course, here 2 years ago, leading LSU to a 7th national championship. Tigers up by 3. Chris Stanfield with 8-9-1 pops it up to first, and Reese Robinette one away to begin the 4th for Gabe Gackel. Well, you look at the anatomy of how LSU has done this so far. First 4 hitters in the lineup, 0 for 8 with 4 strikeouts. But then the bottom half of the lineup has produced. You got the 9-man here, and Michael Braswell is going to go over and chat with Jay Johnson.
Well, and of those 3 walks, 2 scored. When the 2 one-out walks came around to score in the second, that kind of got everything going offensively. Then the bunt single, the Stanfield single. Pearson's ground ball would score the 3rd and final run of that inning for LSU.
Now the walks certainly played into it, guys, in that second, but a lot of bunt flashes as well. A bunt hit from Dickinson.
That's his DNA.
Yeah.
I mean, that is Jay Johnson's DNA. And coming from the West Coast, that's the type of ball that he honestly likes to play. Now, if you got a bunch of guys that hit 3-run home runs, you let them do that. But they've had to do a little bit more of that, and it wouldn't shock me if they do a little bit more today.
That's what Jay Johnson had said to us this morning as well. I kind of wondered how much of it might be coach speak. He said this team doesn't have as much power or physicality as when they won it 2 years ago, but he said to us, we're able to do a few more things than that team was able to. And we saw it in the second. Braswell got hit by a pitch his first time, and he pops this one up in foul ground. Reese Robinette runs out of room.
That team hit 144 homers. This team has 101. And so top 20 in the country in home runs. Not that they don't have power, but it's not the top to bottom power that team had. I mean, that team had guys like Gavin Dugas and Braden Jobert that weren't necessarily the headliners of Dylan Cruz and Tommy White. That either one of those 2 guys could win the game for them that day with a multi-home run game. That lineup was as deep and talented as just about any we've seen. This one a little more top heavy when it comes to power, and so they've played more inside game, especially in the back half of the lineup this year.
Gackles 1-2 to Braswell. He is up high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And it's all added up to 48 wins for LSU. Told you, survived Little Rock in the regional and then swept West Virginia in the Super. Preseason number 3 team in the country. Started out 22-1. Braswell strikes out on a sick slider, and there's 2 down.
That was a good one-pitch adjustment, too, because the pitch before was a slider that Gackle got a little bit quick. He got all the way around it. It was just a spinner. It was not where he wanted to throw it. It's probably good that it wasn't over the plate. This one was different. This is the one that he finishes, get out over the top at the very end, and then just bury that thing at release. No bubble in that one, by the way.
That's how you want to throw him, I'm told. 3 Ks you saw for Gabe Gackle. And now back to the top for Josh Pearson. Senior who wrapped up his time in Baton Rouge in the Super Regionals last week with some big swings and also a real touching moment with the fan base as well. A standing ovation for the final at bat. Now it was a strikeout. And the well-natured teammate Jake Brown said the other day, I've never seen a guy strike out on 3 pitches and get cheered like that.
They like their Tigers.
1-2 on Gackle, from Gackle.
Oh, he was in the lineup on that 2023 team here in Omaha, and didn't have a ton of power production that year, but gave him a little different look at the bottom of that order. He's wore a few different hats over his time at LSU. He's hit at the top, he's hit at the bottom.
Or a few this year.
Yeah, he's DH'd, he's played in the outfield.
Has done it with the glove in his time as well. Huge catch in Game 1 of the championship series 2 years ago. Ended up with a key to the city from his hometown, West Monroe in Louisiana. Jay Johnson has said we don't win the national championship without it. And back again 2 years later in this high-powered opener for both these teams. Floated foul. A lot of purple, a lot of Cardinal here as well. You guys got a feel on what the share is
Seems pretty 50-50, doesn't it? I mean, it's kind of what we thought it would look like. A little bit easier drive up from Fayetteville.
7th pitch to Josh Pearson. Sales.
Yeah, I'd say about split. The outfield looks a little more red. I don't know if maybe that's because it stands out a little bit more, but plenty of both in the building tonight.
Pearson hooks it foul. I saw Mardi Gras Mike rolling around.
This Mardi Gras Mike. Every day you see a 13-foot tiger going down the middle of the street, breaking every traffic light you can.
Look at that. Took a mere 6 months to make it afloat, and yeah, officially 13 feet and 5 inches. Because to drive here, you got to be under 13 feet 6 inches.
Okay.
On the 9th pitch, Gackle fans Pearson with 97. LSU up 3-0. Cade Anderson was here as a fan a couple of years ago watching Paul Skeens. Libby Dunn representing with Anderson on the bump when we come back.
Welcome back to the Men's College World Series. Vahiva Aloy coming up this inning, and one part of the Bash Brothers, as they call them, and the bashing started when they were in Maui. Here's a look at what it looked like back when they were growing up in Maui. They'd take whatever they could find. It was either firecrackers or bottle caps. Sometimes they go to the beach and make balls out of wet sand, whatever they could find, and that's where they really fell in love with baseball. They love having the teammates over to their house, cook them some Hawaiian cuisine because you can't find that down in Fayetteville, boys.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Well, I mean, the movement on the bottle caps is no joke.
They were staying on it. That wasn't like the fat red wiffle ball bat. I mean, you had to lock in to hit it with that bat.
This is Vahiva leading off against Cade Anderson in a 3-run ball game. And Vahiva was telling us how much he's enjoyed this journey with his brother. They were here in 2019. He was like 13 years old. And again, he told us everyone home in Maui is watching this. Vahio's had a great season as well. That's called a strike with 94, and it's 2-2 on Vahiva.
Boy, and Cade Anderson doing a nice job of being very careful on the outside edge here after falling behind to Aloy.
Cade Anderson shakes and deals off the edge. Berkey, what have you liked most about Vahiva Aloy offensively this year?
Well, it feels like he's settled into his role on the team and not pressed.
Line drive toward right center. Stanfield's on the move, but has to play it on a hop. 113 off the bat of Vahiva Aloy, and that was compressed.
Yes, I also like the fact that he can move the baseball at elite exit velocities. This is as violent of a swinger as there is in college baseball, and that ball is smashed. Anderson away, 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 all AB. Aloy sits on a fastball on the outside edge and just barrels it up in the right center field gap. I think last year, Mikey, back to your question, there was a sense that he really needed to carry that offense coming over as a big transfer portal pickup. And this year, it just feels like from the jump that he has never pressed, and he's really found a level of consistency that we just did not see from him last year.
And Dave Van Hoort talked about it today. His ability to use that part of the field is outstanding. He is not afraid to drive it to right center.
It's funny, you look at his K rate, and it's really almost identical to last year, but the damage is significantly higher. OPS up a couple hundred points, batting average up about 70 points. So even though he's still swinging and missing, he's doing more damage as Logan Maxwell goes down on a top of the zone fastball. This Kate Anderson can continue to climb the ladder and give some of these hitters different looks. This is a four-seamer right past Maxwell, KP. When you climb the ladder and 0-2 count, it's a tough look.
Well, you could climb the ladder there because you stuck 2 fastballs at the bottom part of the zone before it. And the one thing that Anderson can do that's very rare is it is that high carry fastball, but he's not afraid to use it at the bottom part of the zone too. Guys give up on it, and then it set him up right there to ride it up and out 0-2.
And now he's broken that tie with Tennessee's flame-throwing Liam Doyle. And Kate Anderson leads the country in strikeouts. Only the 1 hit off him came from Vahiva Loy. Now the cleanup man, the catcher Ryder Helfrich, takes outside 1-1. Helfrich rolled back to Anderson his first time to end the first inning. So it was no hits through 3 for Arkansas. Only the second time they'd gone through 3 without a hit. Helfrich chops it at Braswell, who gets the lead. Runner in the turn from Dickinson in time for 2.
That's 2 really good turns by Dickinson at second base. Because this one didn't hit that hard. Braswell gets it started, and Danny Dickinson has put on a clinic tonight defensively at second, turn of the double play. Twice LSU has done that to get him off the field.
Coming up after our game, UFC Fight Night. The main card is highlighted by the welterweight main event between former champ Kamaru Usman and Joaquin Buckley. Comes in on a 6-fight win streak. That is after our game, 10 o'clock Eastern time. We go to the 5th inning of the Men's College World Series with Kyle Peterson, Chris Burke, and Chris Button, and our entire crew behind the scenes. I'm Mike Monaco. 3-0 LSU in this opening round game between the 2 highest ranked teams left standing. 2, 3, and 4 for LSU starts with Ethan Fry. Takes a breaking ball from Gabe Gackle for strike 1. Super important to win the first game, the Men's College World Series. That's the curveball, and it's 0-2. See that 22 of the last 25 champions here started out with a win. On the ground, right side, Robinette stabs, Gackle covers, and nicely done for the first down, the 5th.
It's a tough play. A very awkward throw for the first baseman, and you got to be able to trust your pitcher to maybe catch a throw that's not perfect. KP, I thought Gackle did a nice job of being under control. Oftentimes you're going to get a throw that fades here from the first baseman, and Gackle under control enough to finish that catch and make that play on a ball that maybe could have tipped off his glove if he got sped up.
Yeah, and you want just a little bit of time to find first base. I mean, you hope that your route is right to where you're within a step or 2, but you still got to peek down right at the last minute, and Gackle did.
So Fry's out number 1, and now Jared Jones. He and Stephen Milam, who's on deck, 0 for 4 with 4 swinging strikeouts. But it's been another good season for Jones. Saw the 20 and 70. Who came back. Told us the other day there were some times that he thought last year he was ready to go play pro ball. But when they lost in the regional in Chapel Hill, and when he said nothing crazy happened to me in the drafts, his decision was pretty clear. From up cam, the 0-2.
Well,
just outside.
Yeah, he definitely had opportunities to go in the draft last summer, but not exactly at the level where he felt like he was potentially able to earn if he came back and showed some improvement over another year. And then, of course, always, you know, these LSU sluggers want to lead their teams to Omaha.
Nasty breaking ball from Gackle, who's got 5 strikeouts, and there's 2 gone.
That's twice that he's done that to Jones, too, on the exact same thing. For Gackle, when he finds that good slider, it just disappears. Earlier to Jones, and runs that fastball away from Milam. Another breaking ball later on, just read back and let 96 go, and here's the slider again. 5 strikeouts and a couple different pitches, but Gackle is giving Arkansas what they needed to have a chance. He's giving them length, and he's throwing up 0 so far.
And now pitching coach Matt Hobbs comes out. Jeff Head, who you saw featured prominently with Camp, is out as well. Maybe some issues with the cleats.
Blew out a tire.
Yeah, you don't see that one every day. Got to get the pit crew going right here. Change that thing out quick.
So in between the last couple of innings, we've had some relacing going on.
Now, if that's not superstition, I don't know what is. Those shoes have seen a lot of innings this year. Like, I'm certain they got a new pair for coming to Omaha, right? Can't be like a few new pair. Gabe's sticking with the old faithfuls.
Well, yeah, I would think if he needed a pair of shoes, they could probably find him something.
Look at Dave Van Horn. He's just like, okay, yeah, now I'm seeing this as well.
He's taking his
like
time.
The precision.
Yes.
Precision.
Yes.
Make sure we're going to measure it up right.
Take your time.
Want to go back and have him do this again.
I'm told this is the third time this has happened to him this year because of the way that he drags his foot. So this isn't total surprise in the dugout.
Now this has got to throw your mojo off a little bit. Like you got one like pristine shoelace and one just filthy, dirty shoelace. Like
no,
you're not feeling good about that, or is that we're not worried about that?
Your mojo off. You wear white belts when you play golf sometimes. There's things that are more important to you than other people. In this case, we just want to lace them up time and go back to work.
We?
Yeah.
We got a mouse in your pocket?
I could have had Velcro. I would have wore Velcro spikes. Would have made it a lot easier.
We get the 8 a.m. text for Berkey. What color shirt are we wearing tonight?
It's important to be a team, you guys. It's called a uniform for a reason.
Watch that back foot drag.
Oh, my gosh.
All the way down
Look
there.
at
We're
that.
just ripping shoelaces right out of there.
That's a unique look. That was a fantastic look.
Say that's getting your backside engaged right there in the pitch.
So now I feel like his weight's going to be off, a little heavier shoelace, a little lighter shoelace. Like, you got to be able to balance.
One a little more weathered than the other.
That's right.
Meantime, Stephen Milam's been waiting on the proceedings. Bats with 2 outs and the bases empty. And this dude, speaking of cleats, by the way, he has like more cleats than anyone you'll find in college baseball. He's got a custom guy back in Baton Rouge. And he was telling us the other day he's got his dogs on his cleats.
Well,
it's a new one.
Yeah, he's got as much, what do we call that, pastel, as I think anybody I've ever seen in the sport. I mean, we got a couple different highlight colors on each shoe. We got an elbow guard that's fluorescent, arm sleeve, and some batting gloves. I mean, this dude is lighting the place up.
2-0 to Monster Milam on a line into center field, base hit that was stroked by Stephen Milam for a 2-out single and a base runner in the 5th for the Tigers.
Rough couple at bats for Monster Milam to start this College World Series, but that's more the stroke we're used to seeing from the Tigers shortstop. A bullet back up the box. There's the dogs on the shoes. That's a good look.
He adopted 3 Belgian Malinois, our favorite, and living with Jared Jones, who's got a dog as well. They have 4 dogs running around.
A lot of mouths to feed.
Thank you, NIL. It's an easy deal to get.
Now Luis Hernandez. Swing and a miss through the slider from Gabe Gackle to Hernandez, who walked and scored in the 2nd, then had an infield single to second in the 3rd. Tigers got 3 in the 2nd, and that's it for offense in this heavyweight showdown so far. Gackle's 0-2. Pulled to left. Chuck Davalon roams toward the line and ends the inning. 2-out single, that's all from Monster Milam. And we are halfway through Cade Anderson was ready for this one, and he's only posted zeros so far. He's on the bump when we come back for the bottom of the 5th.
There's only a couple teams here that really got a good shot at making a run here. We got to go out there and play to our standard.
This team deserves to finish in Omaha.
I know we're going to give all of what we got here, so it's going to be fun.
You want to beat 'em up? Do you have what it takes?
Yeah, we told you the stage was enormous. First time since we introduced national seeds in '99 that the 2 top teams in the Men's College World Series field meet in their opening game on day 2 here. 4th game of the weekend. LSU and Arkansas, and a packed house at the Chuck. All LSU so far, 3-0. And Arkansas is trying to solve Cade Anderson. 4 innings, 50 pitches. 5, 6, and 7 for the Hogs begins with Kahio Aloy, who walked to begin the 2nd. Only 1 hit for the Razorbacks. Oh, we got more going on. Again, it's very deliberate with the pace here.
No, he's not taking anything for granted. Feels like we have a new attachment coming at some point there to fix this problem.
Breaking ball for a strike.
See how he's restringing both of them? See how he's doing that, Kyle? Interesting.
You think it's the weight imbalance you were talking about?
No doubt. Just this. If you're going to go one, you got to go the other.
Yeah, we got the cobalt out. Cut and a miss, and a nasty breaking ball from Cade Anderson for his 3rd strikeout, and now Cam Kojal bats.
The pride of Omaha coming up to the plate. And when you grow up in this town, this event means everything to you. And his dad built him a wiffle ball field in his backyard, but they call it Kojal Park. But the reason why this is so cool is because they built it with the replica of the Rosenblatt scoreboard painted on the right side of your screen. They got the left side, Kojal Park. Pretty impressive. This story has so many layers. His dad has also been on the grounds crew here. Pretty special moment for this family.
How big league is that?
That was legit.
Little roller from Kojal the 2nd. Danny Dickinson got it away for round number 2.
Oh, nice poise right there by Dickinson. That could have got away from him easily. 1 second baseman cutting down another one here. You got a charge. Usually if you bobble this one, you're in trouble, but that one stays in the glove. He keeps his poise. Watch, the ball comes out and kind of falls right back in his lap. Doesn't panic and throws a strike to get Kojal by a half a step.
So 2 down, bases empty. Bottom 5, and now Brent Iredale. The Aussie in the 7th spot, who rolled into one of those 5-4 threes, is back in the 2nd, his first time. First year at Arkansas after transferring in from junior college in New Mexico. Right now, Cade Anderson is just rolling.
He's just dealing, and the arm side fastball has just been fantastic. His ability to just pepper the outer edge of the plate to these right-handed hitters.
We wondered if Cade Anderson would be angry. Wasn't great in the Super Regional, and you could just see the frustration on his face when he spoke after that game. This guy is an ultra competitor, geared up for tonight. 2-2.
Yeah, and I mean, he's looked forward to this moment since he started playing baseball. I mean, this is a kid that grew up going to the camps and wanting to be a Tiger the entire time since he started playing this game.
He strikes out Iredale, and he's fired up. A disgusting breaking ball strikes out Brent Iredale, and Anderson bookends a 1-2-3 5th with a couple Ks.
He's getting better, boys, as this goes on. That may have been his best inning. A couple of strikeouts, 4 in the game for Cade Anderson so far.
Dave Van Horn said this week, I don't know if there's going to be enough seats here to get everybody in the building. He said a lot of red, a lot of purple, And that is absolutely the case at Charles Schwab Field. Don't have any reports from the fire marshal yet, but this place is undoubtedly packed for the Tigers and the Hogs. To the 6th, 3-0 LSU. Got all 3 runs in the top of the 2nd with some walks, some bunts. Didn't get anything out of the infield, but turned it into 3 off Arkansas starter Zach Roots. 6, 7, and 8 with Derek Curiel against Gabe Gackel.
Yeah, an inning that started with a couple walks there in the 2nd, and LSU was able to cash it into a 3 spot, and that's all the offense we've seen in this ball game. Is Gackel has come in and absolutely settled things down, and Cade Anderson has been in cruise control really from the jump.
Yeah, for Gackel, 3 1/3, 2 hits, no runs, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. His 60th pitch is down. Meantime for Anderson, 5 innings, 1 hit, 62 pitches. That's it. Gackel's 2-1. Curiel bounces it towards short. The Hiva Loy got rid of it quickly for out number 1.
Nicely done. Anytime you're evaluating a big shortstop, you always wonder, how do they move on the non-routine plays? Can they go forward? Can they go side to side? He comes through and watch the 2-hand catch, right? That makes the release just easier. 2-hand catch, 1-2, get it out of your glove, throw it accurately. He has really done a nice job of throwing the ball accurately this year. But for a guy that is big with power, moves plenty good to play shortstop at the next level.
I thought it was interesting hearing Dave Van Horn talk about his arm today. And he said, scouts will ask me how his arm is. He's like, oh, he got plenty on. He just doesn't use it when he doesn't need to. Picks the times where he really has to air it out, and then has that good internal clock. When he doesn't need it.
Brent Iredale has been sturdy as well. Nice pick by Reese Robinette as Big Country bails out Iredale for out number 2.
Arkansas has made 1 error in the postseason. The number 2 fielding percentage team in the country. Looked like Iredale kind of got a late grip on that baseball, and every once in a while you got to have your homeboy over at first base bail you out when you throw a lawn dart. It's not Iredale's best throw, but Robinette makes it look like a clean 5-3 in the playbook.
Your homeboy when you throw a lawn dart.
Yep. Got to help you out.
Another offensive timeout from Jay Johnson talking with Chris Stanfield, who's due up, and then Michael Braswell on deck.
What do we have there, KP?
Feels warm.
Is that like a Snuggie with a
you want to
hog on top?
Run that through the rinse cycle twice tonight. That'll walk on its own by the end of the evening.
Trying to make weight next week or something. He's got to be steamy in that.
We'll send down a towel as well. Here's Stanfield, but a run scoring single into left back in the 2nd, and then he popped down foul ground to first in the 4th. Once upon a time had a couple of hits off Paul Skeens when Stanfield was a freshman at Auburn. Jay Johnson loves to tell that story, that he took a liking to Chris Stanfield at that point. Gabe Gackel's 0-2 to Stanfield is away. Gabe Gackel's done his part for the Razorbacks. He's kept this a 3-run ball game into the 6th. No bite there from Stanfield.
And he has just looked completely comfortable from the second he has walked out onto that mound. 4 pitches for strikes. He's throwing chase when he wants to, landing it when he needs to. Oh, that's a good take right there. That is a swing and miss a high percentage of the time, and Chris Stanfield let that one travel. Wouldn't surprise me if he just earned himself a fastball here after that take.
With 2 outs and the bases empty in the 6th, here is the 3-2. A heater pumped by Stanfield at 97. So Zach Root started this game and left in the second, and Gabe Gackle has delivered. Can the Hog Bats get going in the 6th after this?
All right, so offense, you gear up for the fastball for Cade Anderson, but you assume that you're gearing up for the fastball up in the zone, which he has the ability to do. But he has stolen a ton of strikes. I want you to watch the reaction. It's all takes. That high ride fastball, so the one that really has carry towards home plate, carries at the bottom of the zone too, and guys give up on it. When it starts there, they think it's going to move down out of the zone. It hasn't tonight for Anderson. He's used it at the very bottom of the zone and then climbed the ladder late to get the swing and miss.
5 innings, 1 hit, and spotting the fastball at the bottom of the zone to begin against the 8-hitter for Arkansas, Reese Robinette, who popped out softly to short his first time. Cade Anderson, just a sophomore. Mom Karena's here watching what the native of Madisonville, Louisiana, is doing at the College World Series. How about what Nate Yeske said to us, his pitching coach, earlier today? Boy, if you gave this guy a 3rd year in college, he'd be spooky.
I think that's kind of what Pro Bowl's thinking too. I don't think he's going to come back and do it for a 3rd year. He's going to be doing it in somebody's uniform at the major league level pretty quick.
Jay Johnson said this last month. He thinks Cade Anderson is the one guy, he said, in college baseball you can pencil into a big league rotation in 24 months. You buy or sell that?
I don't know that it'll take that.
Yeah.
I think it's yes, absolutely pencil in, but I don't think it takes 24 months.
The pitchability is so high with 4 true swing and miss pitches. I think with the trend we talked about it last night, I don't think it'll take 2 years.
3-2 is cracked down the right field line, high and deep by Robinette, and gone. Arkansas is on the board. Fifth career home run in 3 seasons for Reese Robinette, and a large one to get the Razorbacks on the board in the 6th here in Omaha.
We've been waiting all game for them to call the Hogs, KP. They finally did it.
Yeah, they gave him something to call right there. And that was after Robinette's first at bat was not good. That time got a fastball he could handle. He did not miss it.
Told you only his 15th start of the season. 2 years ago as a true freshman, only 25 at bats. Last year didn't play at all. And now roll here down the last month plus of this stretch of the season, and he cuts the deficit to 2. Finishing up the 2nd time through the lineup. 2-2 on Justin Thomas, who flew to left his first time out of the 9 spot. Anderson comes back with a strikeout, his 5th, and there's 1 away.
So his first at bat, he did not look committed to hitting the fastball, and Nate Yeske, the pitching coach from LSU, certainly recognized that. This at bat, they go right at him with heaters. He looks late, he looks uncomfortable. It looks like the fastball is way to go. Throw one breaking ball, and they are sticking with the heater. Finally, Robinette makes an adjustment, and hey now, a launch piece down the right field line. The big fella keeping the arms tight to the body and going big fly, and that is watching a hitter make an adjustment in the course of an at-bat to finally get his timing to a fastball. Very impressive there by the Arkansas first baseman.
Second look at a guy, how much more comfortable did you feel? I mean, even in that at-bat, maybe not comfortable the first couple like you said, but then he settled in.
For me, it made a huge difference. That's why I always like to take early in the game. I would take, and to me, the information was worth more than maybe ambushing a first pitch heater just to get a knock. And so with each pitch, I think you feel more comfortable, and you could see it play out clearly there with Robinette.
To make it 3-1 here in the 6th. Third time through now for Cade Anderson. 2-1 on Chuck Davalon. Fly out to center, ground out to second for the first team all SEC left fielder. Land strike with the breaking ball, and it's 2-2.
KP, you know, the cat and mouse of this hitter looks uncomfortable. This hitter looks uncomfortable until he finally makes an adjustment, and then he gets you. You stick with one pitch too much to some of these hitters, and they will make you pay.
A roller at Jared Jones, who wins the foot race. 2 down.
That was a pretty good job by Jones right there, because he was the only one that could get there. Anderson fell off and was late getting to first base, and normally you would have flipped it to your pitcher right there. Jones took a peek, realized that he didn't have anybody there, then he had to put the Jets on to just beat Davalon.
And to get Cade Anderson a second out, and the base is empty for Vahiva Loy, who has walked and smashed a single so far against Cade Anderson. These are the matchups you very much enjoy. Yes, beware.
Loy got ahead in the count last time and then rifled a ball into right center field.
One and two. So you just saw Vahiva Loy 14th on our MLB draft rankings. Cade Anderson, if you weren't with us earlier, 7th on Kylie's big board. He wasn't pleased after the home run. His comeback, strikeout, ground out, and now 2-2 on Vahiva Loy. Cade Anderson is a super competitor. His pitching coach Nate Yeskie was saying to us this morning, it's a heightened sense of awareness. So it's sometimes ultra competitive. He'll put the foot on the gas and try to get it to go through the floor. Fouled away on a breaking ball.
You know, it's funny, last week wasn't perfect by any means, but to me, in a lot of ways, I learn more about a pitcher when it's not perfect. Super hot conditions, he's getting hit around a little bit. He gives them 7, KP.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't want out. He wants to go out there and make it better at each inning. He keeps taking punches, but he just hung in there and gave them great length. You've seen him dominate plenty, right? But if you're evaluating Cade Anderson, you know he's going to give it up a few times a year in a big league season. How does he compete in those moments are equally as important as what he looks like on his best day.
Backdoor breaking ball. Mom a little more excited than pre-pitch. Couple strikeouts in the inning, but Arkansas's on the board with Reese Robinette.
So he can get to a fastball. Up to this point, you weren't quite sure Robinette could, but this one he turns around. Gets the Hogs on the board, but they still trail by 2.
Take a ride with us from outside Charles Schwab Field into this packed ballpark. What a view.
That is an awesome look.
I like that one.
Look at this place. Jam-packed.
On a Saturday night. Oh, yeah, there he is.
Hydrate, my friend.
Yes,
Hydrate.
it is a Snuggie. That is a full body suit. Look at that thing.
We got pockets. We're going 1 for 1 there. And yes, we're staying hydrated. 7th inning, LSU up 3-1 on Arkansas. Tigers have Michael Braswell, Josh Pearson, and Ethan Fry due against Gabe Gackel at 70 pitches in relief. Preseason All-American has been excellent. This is over toward the railing and into the seats. About as good as you could hope for from Gabe Gackel, if you're Dave Van Horn and Matt Hobbs.
He's been awesome. And now he's got to see if the offense can do anything about Anderson besides a solo shot, but he's given you a chance. That is for sure.
after Zach Root was lifted after an inning and 2/3 on 38 pitches. Fastball locks up Michael Braswell, and that is 7 strikeouts for Gackel.
That's that same idea as that low fastball with the ride that we're talking about with Anderson. And guys just, they don't pull the trigger because you think it's going to have normal movement for low fastball, which is going to move out of the zone, but that just starts there and stays there.
I mean, if you love metrics as well on the pitching side, we don't need to go into it on every pitch, but we have had some pitch characteristics from each guy that have been top of the charts. We had a strikeout last inning from Gackel as Josh Pearson bats for the 4th time. Of Stanfield, there was 97 miles an hour with a fastball with 22 inches of induced vertical break. Like 16, right, is pretty good.
Yeah.
It had 22. It's that carry that everyone talks about.
It just stays there. And guys cannot get on top of it, or because you think it's going to come down. Your whole life the pitch has come down, and now guys have learned how to keep it there.
The shift on for Pearson, who strikes out. Yeah, we got an 89-mile-an-hour changeup as well.
Yeah, I'd say he's been okay tonight.
Yeah, just turn over that changeup running away from the left-handers. You know they're having conversations about the fastball, and he goes back-to-back changeups. Pearson out in front and over the top of both of them, and Gackel is in command of everything. The shoelace is broken again. I guess it doesn't matter, but I'm not sure about the shoelaces, but the stuff has been electric.
I think we got to go no shoelaces. Like, we need to find what KP was saying, like a Velcro cleat.
Maybe flip-flops. I mean, I've seen a guy play golf in flip-flops.
I've seen a guy shoot 72 in flip-flops. 2 outs for Ethan Fry. Fly out and a couple of ground outs for him from the 2 spot. He's had a huge season.
That's some kind of knot. What do we got?
Knot.
Like you got to get a welder out of the knot.
Have you ever seen more tight shots of shoelaces before? No.
That is wild.
Good take. 3-1 on Ethan Fry. LSU's bats have been very quiet since that 3-run second. Had an infield single, a walk, another single, and that's it for base runners since the second. Backs up, and it's a full count.
I can see why Ethan Fry didn't like it. That's a slider that kind of faded to the arm side of Gackel. And Jeff Head said it caught the inside edge, but this one raised the eyebrow of the Tiger slugger for good reason.
3-2. Another fastball, and Gackel is rolling. He strikes out the side in the 7th, and he's given the Hogs a chance. 2-run ball game as we hit the stretch.
There are fan bases, and then there are fan bases. Alex Boggs and Baumwater might be America's most raucous ballparks. When LSU and Arkansas come to Nebraska at the same time in the same game, and on a Saturday night, Gomaha versus the Omahas. God bless America.
Amen, Ryan McGee.
Oh boy, McGee.
2 huge fan bases have traveled to Middle America in the Men's College World Series. Come out of the 7th inning stretch. We got a 3-1 ball game with LSU on top of Arkansas. The big bats coming up for the Razorbacks. And 2 electric scenes in Fayetteville and Baton Rouge. Both hosted Supers last weekend. And again, these are the 2 highest remaining ranked teams left playing Division I college baseball. All right, here we go with 3, 4, and 5. Logan Maxwell, the TCU transfer. He's got a fly out to left and a strikeout swinging on a fastball up last time from Cade Anderson. Goes to the breaking ball for strike 1. 86 pitches for The sophomore sensation, Cade Anderson.
You know, KP, you started the show off with talking about Cade Anderson. 4 pitches anytime, and we really have seen that highlighted throughout the ball game. He has flashed all 4 pitches, all with unique shapes, different sides of the plate, and that's your only chance to be able to do what he's done against a lineup that is this deep and diverse.
A roller and Jack Jones, who handled the hop on Maxwell for out number 1.
Okay, Bear, I see you circling that one. Looking more like a cat right there. But it's been impressive, has it not? Okay, Bear, let's go. Let's get around this thing. We got to pick it on the run. Soft hands, nimble feet. Second time he's gotten over there and beaten a base runner. Not bad for old high school offensive lineman.
6'4", 246. That's all for Bear Jones. Ryder Helfrich now, cleanup man, 0 for 2, comebacker to the mound in the first, 5-4-3 double play to end the 4th. 3rd on this team at OPS. This year has been a total breakout for Helfrich, delivering on all the promise when he arrived in Fayetteville. He's been so good defensively with his framing, his receiving behind the plate for Matt Hobbs and this staff. Matt Hobbs will tell you that the team ERA of 3.91, the actual ERA, would be, specifically, he says, 4.77 if you didn't have as good pitch framing as Ryder Helfrich gives you.
They rave about him. And honestly, the work he's put in to get to that point, it's a very specific process in the fall, because Arkansas is one of the few teams that allows their catcher to call the majority of the pitches, but it's because they take them through class, essentially, all the way through fall ball.
Helfrich swings and misses on a back foot 3-1 breaking ball.
That's not very nice.
What was that part about throwing anything in any count?
I mean, that's like a 1-2 slider and a 3-1 count.
Dribbler to first, and Jones handles that. And a couple of ground ball outs for Cade Anderson. Sunday Night Baseball features a great rivalry. Series finale, Giants and Dodgers. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Here on ESPN, also on ESPN Deportes and ESPN Radio. And coverage starts a special time, 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific, with Baseball Tonight Sunday Night Countdown.
Ravi and Eduardo hustling their way out there.
Yeah, they're probably en route right now.
Yeah.
Ravi informed us earlier on the air, no private jet for him. Kahio Aloy fouls off the first one. He's walked and struck out.
They got a direct shot.
Easy out to LA.
Not too bad.
They'll be there with David Cohn and Buster Olney tomorrow. Now they get 2 from Cade Anderson. And so any pitch, any count, feels like these 4 pitches, and Cade Anderson trying to get through 7 tonight. Crowd starts sensing it here in Omaha. Cade Anderson's 0-2 is down. Kid who always dreamt of pitching for LSU. Big time recruit. Louisiana native from an hour east of Baton Rouge, right on the bayou. Said it's been my dream to have a role like this for the Tigers. At one point he looked Nate Yeski's pitching coach in the eye and said, "Coach, in all seriousness, I was never going anywhere else." Swing and a miss. 7 innings of 1-run ball with mom watching for Cade Anderson in Omaha.
I've seen a whole lot of this from this left-hander's career, but she's never seen it on quite this stage. And for a kid that's been looking forward to this day since he started going to camps at Baton Rouge, man, he has shown out. Another strikeout on the slider right there. Cade Anderson has worked 7 complete, and he walks off with a 3-1 lead to the 8th.
Beautiful night at Charles Schwab Field. Men's College World Series Day 2, Game 4, with 8 teams left in the country. LSU put up 3 runs in the second and leads this game 3-1. Chopper foul from Jared Jones with 3, 4, and 5 against Gabe Gackel, north of 80 pitches, with a career-high 9 strikeouts, including 4 straight. 3 Ks for Bear Jones on a changeup, a slider, and a slider, all swinging. Longest scoreless outing this season for Gackel. Another strikeout for Gackel. It's 5 in a row. 10 total on in relief, Chris.
Mike, Gabe Gackel still dealing with the shoelace issue. And, you know, you keep some in the medical bag, but then you run out. You got to go to the back, order up some more. Pitching coach Matt Hobbs came up to me. He said, listen, this usually happens once a game. We've had to change them out every single inning. They're trying to figure out, can you put tape over it or something? He said, this is not the stuff that I thought that you would have to deal with in a 3-1 game in the College World Series.
Great stuff, Chris. Now he is strapped in and locked in. 10 Ks and keeping Arkansas hanging around. Stephen Milan in the cleanup spot. 2 strikeouts and a single his last time. 107 off his bat into center in the 5th.
So it's never been this bad, but he's also never pitched this good. Yeah. So
found the trick.
Maybe we're learning something about the key to Gackel's mechanics.
Pulled on a line right center with Maxwell on the move, and it dropped down. Milam bolts for second and is in there with a slide in the 8th.
You don't see that a lot from this Arkansas outfield. But Logan Maxwell, he got tricked by this baseball. He takes a route deep into the right center field gap. And then late he tries to adjust in, and then he's in no man's land with the hop. Doesn't pick it up cleanly. Credit Milam for reading it and putting the gas pedal down. But that was a ball. Yes, it was hit hard, but that was a ball. If Maxwell takes a good route to, he catches that one, I think, fairly easily.
Again, Maxwell's been here before with TCU a couple years ago, in an outfield that always takes some adjusting to. And so Milam gets aboard with his second hit in the last 4 innings, and we get a visit from Matt Hobbs.
Again, this is an Arkansas defense that has just been rock solid the whole season, but in the postseason, just 1 error. I guess no error there, not even on the bounce.
I don't think so. No, I mean, I think it's a double the whole way, but it's a ball that clearly could have been caught.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you could give it an error on him not catching it, but it felt like the bounce and the kick and the drop would maybe be a 1-base error to get to second base. Hobbs going to check on his right-hander. He's, again, a heavy workload based on where he's been most this season.
He's gone as high as 99 pitches. He's gone over 93 different times.
Last time he did it, though, was the middle of April. Luis Hernandez takes strike 1 on a breaking ball from Gabe Gackel. Preseason All-American, was in the weekend rotation to begin the year and has been nails out of the bullpen since. He got moved out of the rotation and into the hog pen. 1-1 on Hernandez in the 5 spot, who's walked, scored, had an infield single, and then flew out to left. So 88 pitches, and there is action in the Razorback bullpen. Two and 1 on Hernandez. Cole Gibler talented lefty is up in the pen. Popped up right near home plate, and Ryder Helfrich has got it for out number 2. And here comes Dave Van Horn. The Razorback head coach comes out, 90 pitches in relief from Gabe Gackel. 6 shutout innings, and his 10 strikeouts matched the most by any Razorback in Omaha. And he did it out of the bullpen. Heck of an ovation, and well-deserved for Gabe Gackel, who departs in the 8th inning in a 2-run ball game. Cole Gibbler enters when we come back to Omaha. The NCAA Men's College World Series is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? LSU knocked out Zach Root early in the 2nd, and Cade Anderson's been dealing and now leads the country in strikeouts. Reese Robb delivered a home run, a solo shot in the 6th inning to get Arkansas on the board. 2-run ball game in this 8th inning, and LSU's got a man in scoring position in this high-powered opening round matchup. Again, double elimination format. Winner of this one moves to Monday night, 7 o'clock Eastern against UCLA. Losers got to come back Monday afternoon right here on ESPN against Cinderella in Murray State. Gackel was great today.
He was awesome. Yeah, he was awesome. And now you go to the freshman left-hander who's been great against left-handers all year. And it's just because Curiel's stepping in. It's nothing because of what Gackel had done up to this point. It's the invisible slider from Gibbler that has been so tough on lefties this year.
Right there out of the chute. It is a ton of them, and that's how Cole Gibbler, the Missouri native, starts out. Another uber talented freshman in Derek Curiel. The swing and miss rate has been sick from Cole Gibbler this year. Another one, and it's 0-2. What makes it so unique?
The late drop. It's not a ton of horizontal break. That's not really the trick with Gibbler. It's the trajectory of the pitch and then the late dive. And hitters just haven't been able to figure it out all season long.
His 0-2. Line to the backside in the left, and it drops down a base hit. Milam to the plate. Davalon's throw is cut, and it's 4-1 LSU.
Why are we cutting that? I don't think he's going to be out. But I feel like you got to take a chance here, Berkey, to let it go through.
Yeah, Helfrich,
it looks like it's online. Helfrich wasn't excited.
He was mad about it from the jump. Iredale's job is to get on line with the catcher, and if the throw's on line and you don't hear, look at Helfrich at the bottom. He goes arms out, hands up at the end. If the throw's on line with you, that means it's on line with the catcher. And if you don't hear cut, you got to let it go. You see Helfrich not happy about it, but a beautiful piece of hitting as Curiel pays it off there, smacking a hanging breaking ball to the opposite field.
In this kind of environment, Burke, you played in the biggest ballparks around Major League Baseball. Like, can you pick out a voice and hear it?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. He's 60 feet away from Ryder Helfrich right there. And again, as a third baseman, you've got to have a little feel for the runner speed and the ball speed as well. And the one thing you know for sure, it's on line. Right. And to me, if it's on line and I've got an eyeball on where that runner is, I'm going to just deke the catch and then act like I'm making a play and take the chances, especially when you're down a couple runs. If you got a chance to throw a runner out right there, you got to let that ball go through.
0-2 to Danny Dickinson, strikes him out as Helfrich hangs on. Well, not to be forgotten, a heck of a swing from Derek Curiel as well in a 2-strike count.
Yeah, so this is Davalon. Move to your left and throw a strike. And this is the one where Helfrich wants it to go through. It doesn't. And the Tigers add another. whopper of a break.
LSU and Arkansas, and smiles from Cade Anderson, who's been massive tonight. And LSU has the lead restored to 3. It's 4-1 as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. And Cade Anderson, 98 pitches deep, is back out to work. Cam Koshel, the Omaha native, gets jammed and fouls one away. Up and into your kitchen.
Take that ball. That did not feel good.
Despite the pitching from the legs of Gibbler and Gackel, Arkansas has only got 4 base runners in this game. This is pulled on a line into right. Make it 5 from Cam Koshel. His first hit at the Men's College World Series back in his home city. Puts the leadoff man on for the Razorbacks.
Now interesting to see for LSU when you go to that bullpen. That last pitch, the 100th from Anderson. Velocity's tipped down a little bit. He was 92 earlier in that at bat to Koshel. There's been plenty of activity down in that Tiger bullpen.
You just saw Chase Shores. You also have a lefty, the freshman Cooper Williams, and here is Jay Johnson. Cade Anderson only wanted to be an LSU Tiger. He's going to be a top 10 pick. Could go as high as the first overall pick in a few weeks. And tonight at the Men's College World Series, he pitches into the 8th inning. And emotion baked into the eyes of his mom, Karenna, here in Omaha. The nation's leader in strikeouts, hands off the baseball and departs Charles Schwab Field.
Now let's take a look at the Capital One rewarding performance, and a pretty good night for the left-hander tonight. Cade Anderson, who is now the nation's leader in strikeouts thanks to his work tonight. 7 more of them for one of the best arms in the entire country, and really pitched in the 8th inning. He gave up 3 hits to one of the best offenses in the entire country.
And Chase Shores takes over and spins the first one to the backstop, moving Cam Koshel into scoring position with Anderson relegated to watching.
He was very good. Now you give way to a guy that may show you 101 on the radar gun. We've seen Shores as high as 102 this year.
6'8", 252-pound redshirt sophomore from Midland, Texas. 3rd on the team in innings pitched against Brent Iredale. 99 down.
And the key for Shores is, can he land? He tried to go first pitch slider. If he lands a slider and gets him off the heater, he can really be a problem for an offense. But when he becomes one-dimensional, the fastball has got hit at times this year.
100 from Chase Shores. To Brent Iredale, who bounced into a 5-4-3 double play in the 2nd and then struck out on Anderson's curveball in the 5th. Line drive foul. Amazingly, this is the first at bat for Arkansas with runners in scoring position all night. Koshel had the single at 111 off his bat against Anderson. And now the LSU bullpen. Shores 2-2. On the edge at 100 to strike out Iredale, and he thought it was away.
I don't blame him, KP. This one's pretty tough. A fastball just off the outside edge. Jeff Head likes it enough to punch out Iredale, and that is gnarly at a hundy just off the edge. Woo! That's a tough pitch to pull the trigger on.
Chase Shores, who is a top 120 prospect on our ESPN MLB draft rankings. And now Reese Robinette, who homered his last time. Fouls away 101. You said it. You saw Chase Shores up to 102. Officially 101.8.
He's just getting loose right now.
Needs a new Pearl. Missed the season and a half basically with Tommy John. Moved into the bullpen after the Auburn series. Didn't have a great one during the regional. Jay Johnson was saying to us this morning. Nate Yeskie said in his defense he hasn't thrown a whole lot of innings, especially coming into this year because of the TJ. 100 that misses, up and out. Well, this bullpen does it like no other in the NCAA tournament. Coming into today, fastballs 95 or faster in the NCAA tournament. About 140 of them. There's the slider.
See, there you go. Just something to slow him down. Decelerate the baseball in the zone just enough where a hitter has to at least put something else in their mind. And that speeds up that heater even a little bit more.
In a leverage spot in this bottom of the 8th inning for Chase Shores. 1-2 to Robinette. Gas at 100, and there's 2 down.
Berkey, you said it. It's set up by the previous pitch, and it's just a blasty difference. And so, I mean, 100's always going to play up.
Yeah.
After you get an 87-mile-an-hour slider before, now 100 with a little arm side run at the top of the zone is just not easy to make contact with. Now back-to-back strikeouts for Shores.
Top of the railing support from Cade Anderson with Robinette dispatched. And 2 down with Kojal still at second for the 9-man Justin Thomas Jr. Line drive center field right at Stanfield, inning over. A bullet off the bat at 109. Thomas turned around 101, but Chase Shores picks up Cade Anderson. And we go to the 9th with LSU up by 3 on Arkansas. We're on this one coming into this Saturday night at the Men's College World Series, and it's LSU on top of Arkansas 4-1 to the 9th inning. Guys, we're so excited for this one. How has it met expectations or maybe veered off from what you thought?
Well, I thought we were excited about the pitching matchup. We talked about it early today, and we thought it was going to be premium lefty versus premium lefty. Cade Anderson certainly answered that call, but really it was Gabe Gackle that stole the show for Arkansas. But just that inning there early in the second where they lost the ability to slow LSU down just for a blink has proven to be the difference. But it's been the arm talent in this game to me that stood out the most.
So I like those games. When we're talking about arm talent the entire time, yeah, this has lived up to a better grade now.
9th inning, 8-9-1 for LSU against Cole Gibbler. Chris Stanfield pulls back. He had an RBI single his first time in the second. Pop out to first, strikeout since. And facing the freshman lefty from Blue Springs, Missouri. And there's that breaking ball you guys were talking about last inning when Gibbler came on. In our conversation with Gibbler's pitching coach, Matt Hobbs, he called it a screwball that's a curveball, called it a gyro ball, called it any number of things. from Gibbler. There it is again for a strikeout.
What it is it has characteristics that guys are not used to seeing. And so when he throws it, he gets this outcome so very often. The swing and miss on it is over 60% this year. And watch how he takes that index finger and almost knuckles it right at the end, pushes that thing out of his hand. So it gives it a little top spin coming in, just finishes down underneath the bat.
I think it's one of the most puzzling pitches to watch hitters miss, because it's not a ton of top to bottom. It's not a ton of horizontal, but he literally leads the country in whiff percentage. And he throws 90 with an 86 mile an hour. What are we calling it? Have we decided?
Thing.
Oh, there it is.
An 86 mile an hour thing that they miss a lot.
0-2 to Michael Braswell. This is popped up in foul ground. The whiff rate on it overall, that pitch, is like 57%. Is that right?
Well, the curveball, the slider, they're both a click over 57%. But overall, fastball included, the miss percentage is 47%. Did our man make a play there?
Did our Snuggie guy just slip, or did he make a play?
He almost got one.
Or maybe both.
Yeah, I would have put my money on almost getting one. Somebody else around there would end up with it.
2 nights in a row, we've had really good effort from fans.
Put the hood back up. Let's get the hood back up. There you go.
What is he, listening?
Now he's dialed.
Oh, 0-2 again. If you thought you were coming to the Men's College World Series to get a dissertation on Snuggies and shoelaces,
you came to the right place.
Yeah. Cole Gibbler tries another 0-2 to the 9-man Braswell. Fastball up the ladder. 3 strikeouts in a row for the freshman Cole Gibbler. That's what they thought they were getting. They thought they were getting an invisible type of fastball top of the zone. And then the breaking ball has been so much more.
Yeah, it just kind of showed up in the fall. Started working with it. Added that where he takes the index finger and not a full knuckle curve, but really pushes it off at the end. And it's created a pitch movement that hitters just don't see.
Whoa.
This is Josh Pearson, the leadoff man.
Kick slider. Let's go with that.
Okay.
Just invent a new one.
I liked Thing.
We just the kick change just came in. Let's go kick slide.
We could call it the Gibbler.
That's pretty good. Credit Chris Burke if you use it. Gibbler's 2-0 is a fastball called a strike. 2-1. Josh Pearson, Jay Johnson, and the Tigers up by 3. Trying to get to Monday night against UCLA. Bill Pearson watching his son Josh. 3-1. That's ball 4 indeed. 2-out walk worked by the veteran Josh Pearson, and a base runner for the Tigers in the top of the 9th inning. And now Dave Van Horn will come out after going through the lefty in Pearson. You got a couple of righties here in Ethan Fry and Jared Jones. So many arms in the Arkansas bullpen, and Dave Van Horn's going to use them. Christian Fouch, the junior right-hander, comes on onto this stage at the Men's College World Series in the 9th inning. The next stop on the Formula One circuit is the Canadian Grand Prix tomorrow in Montreal. Our pre-race coverage starts at 12:30 Eastern on ABC and ESPN+. Race starts at 2 Eastern and is also available on ESPN Deportes. Beautiful night in Omaha. From outside the Chuck to the mound in the 9th inning for the junior right-hander Christian Fouch, who comes on for the 21st time.
More velo. Shocking. We're going to see another guy throw 97 or 98 for Fouch. He's actually changed his fastball shape a little bit over the last few years. Was more of a two-seam, work the bottom part of his own sinker guy. Now he's been riding it a little bit more at the top, but still fairly fastball heavy with a good slider, but it will get into the mid to upper 90s.
And he will face a pinch hitter and the sophomore Louisiana native who spent a lot of time in the outfield this year, Jake Brown. He's had a nice season with an OPS better than 900 and with 8 home runs, building off a strong freshman year. The numbers have ticked up in year 2. Pinch hits in the 2 spot for the right-hand hitting DH Ethan Fry. With a man aboard and 2 outs. And LSU searching for a little insurance, and 96 to start. Jake Brown was great in the regular season against Arkansas. 5 for 8, 2 home runs, 5 driven in. Up top 2-0. So 3-run game. You got top of the lineup looming for Arkansas in the bottom half of this 9th inning. This hits Brown. 3 fastball misses from Christian Fouch. And there's 2 on via free passes with 2 outs in the 9th for the Tigers.
And that'll draw a quick visit from Matt Hobbs. He did not like the way that looked, KP.
Trying to go arm side fastball, and you tug it about 2 feet to the other side. That'll probably draw a conversation right here. I think the biggest thing is let's not try to miss bats. Your stuff is good enough. Let's get ahead and then see if we can expand at that point. Just get this offense back in the dugout and see if they can go to work.
In this opening game in Omaha for both these teams, for Dave Van Horn's group, Jake Johnson's team on the other side ahead by 3. Got 3 runs in the 2nd. Again, winner plays Monday night right here on ESPN against the number 15 overall seed UCLA, with a guy who next year will be the 1st overall pick in their shortstop Brock Chalowski. Here's Jared Jones, 3rd all time with those 62 home runs for the Bear. He's 0 for 4 in this one, though, with those 4 strikeouts, all swinging. 2 aboard.
Oh,
that's a fastball miss as well.
They've gotten Bear to chase a bunch and whiff a bunch on breaking balls here in this game. Fouch more of a 4-seam up, split down from a combination standpoint. That's really what he wants to lean into. Now he's just got to find command.
Arkansas is one of the best strike throwing teams in the country. They have the 7th highest rate of everyone in the nation in just percentage of pitches that are strikes. Almost 2/3 of their pitches this year have been strikes. But a walk and a hit batter, and now 2-0 to Jared Jones, swinging away on a fastball at 99 up.
Just a click tardy there. The barrel just below the baseball, and that was power on power right there. I don't know, KP, you think you go to the split here after getting your first swing?
He wasn't too late on that one. You better be careful if he sees another one he can go after.
Two-1. Jones did get another fastball. Saw Dad George here watching Bear Jones in the top of the 9th.
Be good with 2 right here. So be good with 2.
Be good.
2-on-2 out, 9th inning. And with 2 the pitch. Jones went around. According to the home plate umpire, Jeff Head, and strikes out. Christian Fouch K's Jared Jones is in disbelief, and Fouch strands 2. So Arkansas comes up in the bottom of the 9th, and the last chance for the Hawks. Top of the order, Chuck Davalon, SEC Player of the Year, Vahima Aloy, and Logan Maxwell, all facing the flame-throwing Chase Shores, who followed Cade Anderson when we come back.
Brawny 3-ply?
Only Brawny has 3 plies. It's new, and it's stronger than Bounty. Brawny. Some of the strongest.
When you see a car, you can find it on Auto Trader. Even my TV detective car. Just put your info in the Kelly Blue Book My Wallet, browse personalized monthly payments from dealers in your area, then start and finish the deal online. Case closed.
Welcome back to Papa John's. The finer things in life, like ordering more to save more off the Papa Pairings menu. It's all $6.99. You've got a brownie.
Why are you whispering? We're making you Papa Pairings for $6.99 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Gatorade has the #1 proven electrolyte blend, designed to hydrate better than water. Made to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel, so you can lose more sweat and earn a place in history. Gatorade. Is it in you? Pickable.
The game everybody had circled when the Men's College World Series field was set has come down to the bottom of the 9th inning. LSU's up 4-1 on Arkansas, who will send up the top of the order against these Tigers. Gomaha and the Omahawks, as Ryan McGee so eloquently said earlier. And this stage now leads to Kason Evans on the mound. So it's not Chase Shores. It's the freshman from Houston, a first-team freshman All-American, 6'2", 4th on this team in innings pitched with a sub-2 ERA, and he has piled up strikeouts.
Yeah, he's a guy that got a lot of confidence in him more as the season has gone on. 65 punch-outs and 47 1/3 this year. Again, fastball that's in the mid-90s, very good slider against righties, very good changeup against lefties.
This guy went out on a strikeout binge in the regional final against Little Rock in Game 7. 6 innings, 1 run, 12 strikeouts. And this Arkansas offense that entering the Men's College World Series was the best in the country among power conference teams has been quiet. Only 3 hits. But it's the bats Dave Van Horn and the Hogs want, starting with Chuck Davalon. First team All-SEC. Fly out to center, ground out to second, ground out to first for the Florida Gulf Coast transfer. He was a top 60 MLB draft prospect. And stares at strike 1 at 95. Nate Yeske, the pitching coach for LSU, said to us earlier today, Kason Evans pitches like he's got a tea time with Kyle Peterson.
He literally said he has to slow down how he sends the pitches in, because if he puts the pitch in fast, he's going to get it and go. And sometimes he doesn't even let the hitter engage because he wants to work so quickly.
Line drive, center field, Chuck Davalon. Leadoff man is on for Arkansas in the bottom of the 9th inning.
And that's what Chucky D does right there. The Southeastern Conference leader in hits. Gets a changeup up in the zone, rifles it back through the middle of the field, and that's exactly what the Hogs were looking for here to start the bottom of the 9th.
He has been so good when leading off innings this year. No bigger stage for Chuck Davalon than the bottom of the 9th in Omaha when trailing in front of Vahima Aloy. First pitch swinging against Kason Evans for the Golden Spikes Award finalist, one of 3, and the only one of those 3 that made it here to the Men's College World Series. Florida State shortstop Alex Lodies and Tennessee ace Liam Doyle, the others And they both got knocked out in supers.
Oh.
That's up. We were talking with Vahiva Lloyd the other day. He has cut down on Chase. He has utilized right center, right field better. Saw that earlier. Chase is there, and it's 1-2. Case and Evans 1-2. No chase this time from Vahiva Lloyd.
Yeah, it's a good take. So far, 1 fastball, 3 breaking balls. You look at Case and Evans on the season, it's about 50-50 fastball off speed. But Lloyd looked like he got a little bit of a longer look at that one.
Two. Aloy bounces it foul.
We got away with that one, KP. That was the backup slider.
Damage on it. It's funny with that slider when you miss. I mean, you want it to either be really bad or really good.
Yeah.
It's the ones that are just okay that go a long ways, and that one just backed up enough that Aloy was a little too early on it.
Case and Evans ready with another 2-2 to Vahiva Aloy. Swing and a miss. One away in the 9th.
It came back through a good one. Wasn't perfect. I mean, it still caught a lot of the plate. This is one that Aloy could have done some damage with, but after fouling the last one off out in front of that slider and a big first out on a strikeout right there for Case and Evans.
So the freshman handles the SEC Player of the Year. And now 1 out, 1 on for Logan Maxwell. Senior in the 3 spot is 0 for 3. And that grabs the bottom of the zone with a changeup to begin. Jay Johnson, the LSU head coach, just came out barking at his first baseman, Jared Jones, who's not going to hold Chuck Davalon. It's a little dribbler back to the mound, and Case and Evans throws out Maxwell, and there's 2 down.
Well, this is one of the things they talked about the youngster, his ability to field his position. Those can be nervy plays here in the 9th inning. He fielded that one cleanly.
The Tigers back in the Men's College World Series for the first time since the national championship 2 years ago. Cade Anderson was a commit. He was here watching at that time, and he delivered into the 8th inning tonight. Last hope for Arkansas is the cleanup man, Ryder Helfrich. Swing and a miss. 3 ground balls from the sophomore backstop. Comebacker to the mound, 5-4-3 double play, and then a roller to first in the 7th. 0-1. Bouncing ball toward short. Stephen Milam ranges left, and LSU wins it. 4-1 the final against Arkansas on this Saturday night. The Tigers are 4-0 in Men's College World Series history against Arkansas, who put up a season low in runs and their 2nd fewest hits of the season against Cade Anderson, Chase Shores, and Case and Evans.
Yeah, and it feels like it just starts with Cade Anderson. I mean, you pitch him in the 8th inning against one of the better offenses in the entire country. They only had 3 guys reach second base the entire game, and one was on the solo home run. He did something to this Arkansas offense that we haven't seen really anyone do this year, Chris.
No, he did it from 3 times through the order. Yeah. And then he handed the ball off to that really talented LSU bullpen. Chase Shores showed us 101 miles an hour. Case and Evans showed us their ability to change speeds. And this is an LSU pitching staff that's been one of the best in the country all year long. And they certainly showed that tonight.
So Kate Anderson and the Tigers will have UCLA on Monday night. And for Arkansas, a team that Dave Van Horn so badly wanted to get here, they got to come back against Murray State on Monday afternoon. We got 2 games coming tomorrow as well. It starts at 2 Eastern, 1 Central with Arizona Louisville, and continues at 7 Eastern on ESPN2. For Chris Budd, Chris Burke, Kyle Peterson, and our entire crew, led by Bill Palladino and Scotty Johnson, Mike Monaco saying so long from Omaha. Now, let's send you to UFC Fight Night.